Sydney residents will finally get to emerge from a lengthy COVID-19 lockdown by the middle of next month. A three-stage blueprint for freedom has been made public, and what residents will be allowed to do will depend on their vaccination status. Danielle Robertson explains.
The picture of life after lockdown in New South Wales is becoming much clearer after the state premier unveiled her reopening plans once 80% of the population is fully vaccinated. Once we reach that target, those who are double dosed will be allowed to enjoy COVID-safe ticketed events of up to 500 people. The limit on visitors inside homes will also be eased. Up to 20 people will be able to gather in a park, and community sport will also resume. Hospitality venues will reopen, and there will be a staggered return to face-to-face learning in schools. The caps on weddings and funerals will also be lifted, and eventually people will be able to travel around the state restriction-free. Now, all of these freedoms are going to come at 80%, but there are also eased restrictions that will come once we reach 70%, and that's expected to arrive at around October 11. That means that in just 2 weeks, a return to gyms, restaurants can be enjoyed by the fully vaccinated.
I hope that people can definitely see the light at the end of the tunnel. As I said, it's just this week and next week we have to get through. And I'm looking forward to joining those things, to enjoying those things all of us have missed out on.
Those who are unvaccinated, though, will have to wait a little longer. They will remain in the stay-at-home restrictions until December 1. It's not until the last month of the year that the unvaccinated will be able to join in on these freedoms, and that's when masks can also be removed indoors and when nightclubs will open. At that point, health authorities expect 92% of the population to be fully vaccinated, and there are talks that international travel could even be on the cards. In neighbouring Victoria, that is still in the grips of an outbreak, they are still trying to get their vaccination rates up. The Premier is urging the population to get their jab. They will reach their 70 to 80% target a little later, but they are on the way nevertheless. But for those in New South Wales who are now in their 14th week of lockdown, this news couldn't come any sooner, and it's December when people will be able to enjoy what is being called a new COVID normal life. Danielle Robertson, CNA, Sydney.